right, welcome back, students. Today is topic 11.2. We are understanding volume. Okay, so we talked about yesterday volume of a solid, and we're looking at rectangular prisms or rectangular solids, which could mean the long tissue boxes, the square tissue boxes. Okay. And then we found the volume yesterday, but through a model. We added, or we counted up the little blocks, okay? So today, we are going to look at a formula. So again, what is the meaning of a volume of a solid, okay? Volume means we are filling it up, okay? So think of those tissue boxes and let's fill them up today. Today we're going to find the volume of a rectangular prism using a formula. So yesterday we counted little cubes. Okay, they're unit cubes, 1 inch unit cubes. They could be 1 inch, they could be 1 centimeter, they could be 1 foot, they could be 1 yard. But anyway, they were 1 cubic unit cubed. Today we are going to, instead of counting the little blocks, because that was getting a little much, we are going to develop a formula. All right, so yesterday we looked at this and we counted. So let's go ahead and count again. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. So how many 1 unit cubes are there? Well, we just found 36. Okay. Now, we can do that, but we were saying that's getting to be a little bit much. It would be nice if we had a different way to do this. So yesterday we were looking at the fact that if we look at the bottom, we have this area here. Let me highlight it. Okay, we have these here. This is that bottom row, okay? If we look at that row, we can see that there are 6 on the bottom, okay? And then there's 2 on the side. Well, we know to find area, we can do 6 times 2, and we got 12. Now, how many layers are there? Well, there is 1, 2, and 3 layers. Okay, right here, 3 layers. So what we were finding yesterday is if we were to take, there's 1 layer, 2 layers, 3 layers, okay, and what we decided is, well, we could actually take these, 3, 4, 5, and we could add these all up, or what else could we do? Right, we could multiply these. We could take the fact that there are 6 times 2 in the bottom, and then times 3 because there are 3 sets of them. What is 6 times 2? Well, 6 times 2 is 12. And what's 12 times 3? Well, that gives us 36. So we have 36 cubes. What did we do to those numbers? Correct, we multiplied them. And that is what we're learning today. Okay, so how many 1 unit cubes are there in this one? All right, so we could go ahead and count these, correct? So if we did, we have 1, 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then there's some hiding behind, so 17, 18, 19. I think I've missed some, haven't I? It's hard, isn't it? We're looking at a 2, so let's go ahead and put a 2 by 3, so 1, 2, 3. Do you see why sometimes it's not good to count them? Because here they didn't take them apart and we missed some. Because there are 2 layers of these. All right, so there weren't 19, what I came up with. What is there? Okay, well, there's 6 on the one and 6 on the other, which makes 12 cubes. So counting, I wasn't doing a very good job, was I? How many rows of the 2x3s are there? Well, there are 2 rows of those, aren't we? We made these 2 times. So what we're really doing is we're taking our width, okay, right here, times our length, right here, times the height. Okay, so what we just did is we took the width times the length times the height. Now, let me point out something, okay? Width, they've called this one the width, they've called this one the length. You might have switched those. If you switch those, that's perfectly fine. If you consider this the length and this one the width, that's fine. That does not cause a problem. When you are multiplying, multiplication is commutative. Remember we've talked about that word before? So commutative. Commutative. It commutes. It moves around. Something we're not supposed to be doing right now. Okay? Commutative property is not good during quarantine. But commutative property means that you're going to move around. So we can move these numbers around and it'll still give us the same answer. Okay? So our formula is length times width times height. This is the normal one that we normally memorize. So our volume is length times width times height. That is the main thing that you're going to need to remember for this chapter. Okay? Length times width was actually the area. So what we're doing is that we're taking it one step further and adding in the height, which means now we can go ahead and fill up our boxes. When you have volume, length times width times height, you will always have units, units, and you could put the little 3 up there, or you could say cubed, okay? And that might be, in this sense, it's centimeters cubed, it could be inches cubed, it could be whatever, okay? So this is the main thing you need to remember. Length times width times height. Okay? That is the main key to this chapter. So make sure you have written this down. If you are printing out these notes, then make sure you star that. If you are writing your own notes, make sure you write that down. Okay? That's extremely important. Okay? So let's take a look at an example. We have this rectangular prism, okay, that has quite a few rows, okay? How many rows are there? Or how tall is it? Okay, so it is 5 centimeters tall, or you could say that's how many rows it had. So let me go ahead and put that in there. Now that base layer, what was the length of that? Well, it is 4. You can see that right here. What is the width? The width is 3. Now, do I really have to put the 4 and the 3 in that spot? Could I have called the 3 my length and the 4 my width? Yeah, we could. Okay? And that's down here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which number. I can't get it to work. It doesn't matter which number you say is the length or width. You're just going to multiply the 3 numbers. I can't get it to work. Great. Okay, so just make sure you multiply the 3 numbers. Alrighty, so our length is 4. We've decided our width was 3 and our height is 5. So what is 4 times 3? Well, that's 12. Okay, so 4 times 3 gives me 12. And then 12 times 5 gives me how many? Exactly, 60. Or I could have, if I liked it better, done 3 times 5, which is 15, and 15 times 4. Whichever way you're able to work out easier, go ahead and multiply it that way. So our formula is volume equals length times width times height. Okay, and remember that's very important, the whole key to the chapter. Okay, let's try another one. So, what is your length in this one? Okay, your length could be 6. What is your width? All right, if your length is 6, then your width has to be 3. So if you switch those around, just make sure you use one or the other. Now, how tall is our figure? Our figure is 4 centimeters, okay? That one kind of stays the same because it does go up that many blocks, that many rows. Now, what would be the easiest way for me to figure this out? I know 6 times 3 is 18, but I don't know what 18 times 4 is, not offhand. So maybe I'm going to go this way. What's 3 times 4? Well, that's 12. And then what's 12 times 6? You should know that. And that is 72. So 72 centimeters cubed. So you can multiply this in any way that you feel like. I didn't know what 6 times 3, well, I knew that was 18, but I didn't know what 18 times 4 was. That wasn't a good choice for me. So what I did was I took 6 times 12 because I knew that one without figuring anything out. So you can use whichever, you can multiply in any way you want because again, remember it is called commutative. You can move your multiplication around to make it easier for yourself. Okay, that is commutative property. All right, so our volume formula, again, is just volume equals length times width times height. Okay? And it is time to practice again. So today's practice, I believe, is in Pearson. Okay? And you will find that already listed. It is due by Friday. Okay, so go ahead and do your best on that. Remember, volume equals length times width times height. And no, it does not matter in which order you multiply the numbers. Okay? All right, so that is it for today's video. Please leave a comment with, let's see here, your favorite weather. Now, I know Florida doesn't have much weather except hot, but do you like hot? Do you like cold? Do you like the fall? Do you like the winter? Let me know in the comments, and that will be my cue that you have watched this. I will see you next time. Bye.